Night Terrors, narrated by Joshua Sheets. I've been told several times before that I was an absolute nightmare to look after as a little kid. Between my fear of the dark and my sleeping problems, I apparently spent a lot of nights in my parents' bed, too afraid to sleep in my own room. Eventually, my parents got sick of the constant sleepless nights with me tossing and turning in their bed, and finally put their foot down, insisting I sleep in my own room. I responded in turn by flat out refusing to go to sleep without some kind of nightlight kept on in my room at all times. When my mom and dad tried to force the issue because they thought I needed to grow up, I'd sit there in bed screaming like a banshee and work myself into such a state I'd scratch the hell out of my arms and face and hit the wall until I had bruises everywhere. This apparently went on for years, yet I can't remember any of it, which doesn't really surprise me because for some reason I can hardly remember anything before I was about 8 years old. It's weird though. Even now, as an adult, I can't recall a single night that I didn't fall asleep with the PC or the television on in the background. Even when I would visit friends and stay over, I'd bring my old laptop with me so I had something to fall asleep to. I guess it's just one of those things that stuck with me, some deep subconscious habit in the back of my mind somewhere that I can't get rid of. We've had some problems at home recently with the electricity, thanks to a late bill, and we ended up having to get a meter installed in order to pay off the debt. I've tried to make sure I'm not wasting electricity wherever I can by switching off sockets and turning off lights when I leave a room. Basically any little thing that could make a difference. I still can't bring myself to turn off the computer or television before I go to sleep though. I just can't do it. The other night I was sitting in bed and drifting off to sleep when I heard the meter beeping out in the hall, warning me that the electricity was about to run out. I think I sat there for about 10 minutes or so, listening to that bloody noise and dreading what was coming. Sure enough, the beeping stopped, and I heard the fan on the PC cut out as everything turned off, and I was left in total darkness. I lost my shit pretty hard and buried my head in my pillow, trying not to panic when I suddenly heard the faintest noise in my ear.
God, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for this moment.
It was then that all those memories from my childhood came rushing back to me, and I remembered that it wasn't me who'd been responsible for the scratches and bruises all over my body, and I suddenly realized exactly why I was so afraid of the dark.